It's a terrible job to be an actor in film because your job, quote unquote, is to give the director what he or she wants. Sometimes you don't respect that director. In other words, what they are asking for, you don't think is organic, or they're asking you to make a jump that you think is artificial, or they want more energy, or they want less energy, or they say be funnier or be less funny. And then when it gets into the cutting room, you're not there. And you then go see the movie and you say, I can't believe they used that take.
Yeah.
I can't believe they cut my best moment. So it's the editor and the director and a producer and maybe studio people that are really determining your performance for the better or for the or worse. So in a sense, they're just colors on the palette. So that is part of what can be done here. We can do take after take after take. We get a sense, or this director has a sense of, you know, what he or she, in my case, what I like, and starts to guide you to that. The worst thing for me is when I come on a set and there's actors there and I'm just visiting because I'm going to work in a few days, and the actors are doing a scene and the director's near the camera mouthing every line. And I say I'm in trouble because in a sense, that director knows already how they think the scene should go. We have 2 scenes to do today. This looks like we're making a movie. We're not making a movie. That is this MasterClass thing. And this is gonna be, we're gonna do takes and it's gonna be cut after we're done and shown. So that part is movie-ish. But what usually happens in movies is what doesn't happen in plays, and that is in plays, you get to rehearse, right? Here, you come, and as I said before, it's like bungee jumping, and that is you have to get it right the first time, because in a play, and if you've done much film, many times you realize that by the 2nd or 3rd week, you just start to get a sense of character, and the director says, what are you doing? And we say, well, I'm finding the character, but it's not matching what you did the first week. So you have to go back and do a lesser work sometimes and match. Have you been through that?
Personally, no.
No. So so you're smart enough to know that what you start with is pretty much what you're gonna.
I don't say I'm smart. I just think that my roles have been so minimal. There wasn't so much time for me to change.
Okay.
I'll do it differently this time.
Actors many times say to their fellow actors, oh, you're gonna be in a play, I wanna see it. Don't come the first 3 weeks. Sometimes you hear, because you want the. Having said that, though they're gonna cut this and make a scene, a cut scene out of it, you know, whatever, 2-shot, singles, over the shoulders, whatever they're doing. My concern, I think, should be an approach to working, which is different than, oh, we got to direct the scene, and it's got to be a great scene, and we have 1.5 hours to 2 hours to do it. So it's hopefully to take the pressure off of you to have it done. You should have in your contract that after they cut it, if you don't like it, they can't use it. But I suspect it's too late for that. Anyway, let's start off. Just run lines.
Indiana, Tuesday. I'll be there.
It's my fault.
What?
It's not fair to you, this whole thing.
Tell me. Let me help.
I took advantage of you, and the worst of it is that I am not alone. I did it with the kid. I just thought I was on some ride where I thought I was love enough for the both of us. I pretended that that proposal by the car was real, and it might have just been a hypothetical. I did this, and at least I can do something about it now.
Well, I'm not the guy who runs. I stick.
I don't need you to stick.
You want
I don't know.
my soul or something?
Why not? I deserve that.
What if I'm just not built that way?
I think we made a mistake.
No.
here.
What if it's true? You know, great at friendship, bad at intimacy. I mean, come on, it was the theme of my bachelor film, for God's sake.
Yeah, I know. I watched it. Sort of know it by heart.
I don't like to give up.
Please, Jerry. My need to make the best of things and your need to be what? Responsible? Just drop the line.
Okay, as long as we stop.
Yeah.
No, good. So let's start again. And what I'd like is to go back further. In other words, you guys said, should we just run the lines? And you're not doing anything wrong.
Yeah.
Sure.
So, because as actors, that's immediately what we think. But
Yeah.
let's try to do it again and literally do what you guys suggested when you said, should I just run the lines? In other words, you're not trying to make the scene work. You're not trying to do anything. You're just running the lines. That doesn't mean sometimes actors act running the lines. I don't mean that. I mean that you don't ask anything of yourself. And if possible, you try to step outside the preconception, which you have, of how the scene should go. You have a preconception when you read a book. Mm-hmm. You see the characters on the page, and you start to, you can't not preconceive. Yeah. But as best as you can, just to literally say, okay, this is my line, and now I know your line. You have your line, and then I have my line. Whether you look at each other or not, I don't care.
Okay.
Like at home or something, you have someone run the lines with you.
Mm-hmm. And I did.
So
My mother.
how?
Love her, but it's the worst having to run things with my parents.
But she's they're actors.
Yes.
Oh, so they're
It's
not
the worst.
They're not the best choice.
No.
Okay.
Never mind.
And how did you learn the lines?
Same thing, running it with roommates and what have you.
Yes.
Anybody that's within arm's reach, really.
I usually just write them out because I'm trying not to get into a way of saying it's hard not to sometimes. So.
Yeah.
Start over.
Brando once said, who was our hero when we were struggling actors, he'll start talking to the guy who's doing focus, and he'll be sitting ready to do a scene. This is kind of what I'm asking for, I guess. And so, David, what'd you do over the weekend? How was your Thanksgiving? You can answer. Oh, you might even get paid extra.
Ate too much.
What?
I ate too much.
Did you have turkey?
I did.
And around that time, someone comes up and says, okay, we're going to roll. And Brando said, okay, fine. And he keeps talking to David, saying, what'd you do? And he said, but we're rolling. And they sometimes suck all the life out of the set by saying, quiet, and boom, and all the natural life goes, and suddenly the acting starts as much as you don't want it to, because it is an artificiality. Yeah. There's camera there, there's camera there, there's 20, 30 people here, and the people that are going to see this aren't going to be aware of the real reality. I'm nervous. I can hear my own voice still. So he would keep talking to David, and he'd say, go ahead, and they would say, okay, action. And if he had the first line, he would say something like, so David, did you have a lot of people?
Not many.
How many? Just family?
Just two.
2 people. Did you go out or did you?
Stayed at home and cooked.
Just stayed home and cooked. And then he'd go right into the next line. And in his own mind, he tried to eliminate the veil that takes place the minute we start acting. In other words, can I be as real with David or as real with the actors I'm working with as I am with David? And I'm still nervous because I can hurt my throat. So, did you guys talk about Thanksgiving?
No, he didn't ask.
So go ahead.